Girls and guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we've got a Peugeot 3008 1.5 diesel Puretech engine, which is the PSA heap of junk. Again, a wet belt. Again, customers experiencing oil pressure light coming on. Again, been to another garage and they have also said, oh, we don't know what's wrong with it. Because apparently they don't have the ability to look with their bloody eyes. So, we already know from experience with these cars that it's going to be wet belt degradation blocking the strainer. The wet belt will look like an old cracked porcelain plate. So let's find out.
Yep, as we can see, look at the condition of that belt. Yummy.
Now, fortunately, we don't need to take all this stuff out. Is this diesel or petrol? I don't even know what this says. I think it might even be a petrol. I thought it was a diesel. They're definitely quarter packs. It sounds like a diesel. It sounds horrible. Anyway, this bit just comes off in its own right. This is really annoying me. I thought this was a diesel, but I'm pretty sure that's a petrol because of the core packs. Huh. I educated myself. Sorry, wrong car. It's actually a Puretech. We've done these before. Yeah, that makes sense. So the beginning of this video makes no sense at all because I'm calling it a diesel with a wet belt. Apparently I don't know what I'm on about. So my apologies for incorrect information. This comes off and we gain access to all the wet belt. Obviously all the stuff comes out the bottom. We've got to take the sump off, we've got to drain the oil and everything like that. Because we're doing that, let's just do the quick bit inside the car. So to do a service reset on this, you're gonna find that little button there, ignition off. I'm gonna try and do this at the same time. So hold that button, push ignition button, and then you should start getting a 10-second countdown. And then when we get to the bottom, 2, 1, there you go, all done. That should be service light, all reset. Lovely stuff, right. That's the easy part done. Now let's get to doing the wet belt and cleaning the strainer and sump. It's gonna be a fun day. Okay, we've removed the 20,000 bolts for the under train. We've got the oil draining. Now, we're just going with the really messy bit because I want to get the sump drying with silicone. We're gonna pop the sump down and clean that strainer out first of all. So obviously, draining the oil, time to get the sump down. Okay, the sump is off and that is well blocked. That is properly blocked. Look at that, beautiful. I mean, let's just say this now. I've said this before, wet belts, 10 out of 10. I've popped the cover off, the strainer gauze are out, and that is all the fur and crap coming out of the strainer. Pump's back on, everything's torqued up. I did use silicone and I did use quite a lot, especially in this area here, because that's where we took it off and there was a little bit of like rough edges that we sanded down and cleaned up. All of the little bits on the floor, which we need to clean up. So that's the sump done, cleaned. This is now setting. Now, let's get the wet belt done. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to actually doing the wet belt. There's all the foliage coming out of the arch. So arch liner off, loads of clips, loads of Torx, loads of screws. There's two annoying ones that go one here and one there. That's all out. Oh, there's a lot of stuff ready to come out. Now, we're gonna get the auxiliary belt off and get the biggest crank pulley in the world out. Look at the size of that thing. Hey, removed 6 bolts for the pulley. Then straight off from that, there's a black plastic cover, which is where we're gonna do most of our work from. 410 mils, pop that cover off, make sure you get the seal with it, and we can see the wet belt in all of its glory. Now don't forget, we still haven't actually locked the engine up yet or got it timed up, so kind of getting ahead of myself here. So what I'm gonna do is strip the top, and then we're gonna lock the engine up and get the cam locks and all the tools put in place, ready to swap this out. Okay, so we're at this stage. Now, normally I film as I go, but I got lost in it. So, hear me out. Boost pipe 1, boost pipe 2, couple of 10 mils here. Get the pipes out of the way. This one's got the lamp sensor connected, moved out of the way, slides out, disconnect pipe, disconnect pipe. Next was coil packs out, 3 10 mils, wash them out of the way, disconnect all the plugs. Now, the rock cover goes here and across here, and it also has a thing going down there for the breathing system or whatever it is. That was the problem because getting all this wiring out was going to be quite a tricky scenario, loads to remove. But what I found, once you've undone all the rock cover bolts, lift it, undo quite a few clips and stuff, get some slack on the wire. You can lift it up to about a 45-degree angle. Once the tube comes up and clears, you can just slide it out. Now, that leaves us to the state of the belt. Lovely. Not good. We are now going to get the locking tools. We're going to get it all timed up and just basically whip a belt off. I think, if I'm correct, I reckon we might be able to take that belt off without having to do much work, as in taking pulleys off. I don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, so you can just slide the belt off and around the cam pulleys. I don't think we're too far out of time, if I'm honest. I think them two dots line up and we're there, so. Or are we on time? We can't be. I'm going to double check that I'm not 180 out, but apparently I'm on time. Oh, it just went on. There you go. Yeah. Apparently it's bang on time. I'm not shocked at all. Let's go and put the crank pulley in. So with this, you've got 3 tools. That's for, I think that's for the belt or something. I don't know. I don't even know what that one is for. That's the crank locking pulley. So let's go under and put that in. Crank pin is in and the engine is locked. It did genuinely stop on time, which makes me very happy. All right, so the crank's locked. The inlet cam's locked. The exhaust cam, I've got to go and look at how to get that one locked because I have no Scooby-Doo. So just gonna go and look at Haynes Pro and then we can get the belt off and on. We're all gonna love this. So just have a look. So we fit inlet camshaft. Yeah, that's fine, done that one. Now fit the exhaust camshaft locking tool. Ready? No image. The one thing that I actually need to know, no image. Let's just see this one. Yeah, we've done that already. Yep, no, not coming up. Mint. Yep, well, we found it. So, take some of the inlet off, remove the vacuum pump, free 8 mils, and then this just, a little bit, slides in, and just tighten it up, and that's how you lock the exhaust camshaft. No words, so, love this trade. Okay, so now we've got crank locked, exhaust cam locked through the vacuum pump and inlet cam locked. Just get a quick little look at the position, dot to dot. We're going to remove tensioner and idler, and I believe we've got to remove the crank pulley. Sorry, not pulley, sprocket, to get everything out, and then out comes the belt. I put a little safety mark on the bottom of the crank pulley. Put that bolt somewhere safe. Now we need to slide the pulley out, which I can't do. I might actually have to get the slack take the slack off the top to get that out. I'll put 213s and try and pull it out. Hopefully we can. The other reason why I've done that is when it goes back on, I know exactly where I am lined up wise, so I can just slide it straight in. All right, pulley come out. Obviously it's got a drift to fit in. There's a mark on the back there. I don't really know what that mark's up to. But let me just see if there's anything inside that it needs to line up to dot-wise. I can't really see anything. So hopefully it's just going to line up with that drift that goes into the left side there. But we've got a mark at the bottom there as well, so we're all good. Now, let's get the belt off from the top. Tried to wiggle them through, couldn't get them through, so I've just undone the pulleys. It's just easier. What I did do is put a little mark there to there for the exhaust and the same for the inlet, just so I know that they go back in the exact same position they come off. Even with the locks, I still make marks. Now, onto the belt. As we can see, looking pretty healthy. That is imminent failure, in my opinion. So, yeah, good times. Cracking stuff, one would say. All right, so they're back in. They're not done up fully tight. Belt is just flapping in the wind. Now, tensioner, well, lower crank pulley to go in next, along with the tensioner and idler, then blah, blah, blah. Does anyone remember it says like, do not crimp, do not contaminate with oil? A more simpler time, apparently. Okay, so the lower crank pulley the lower sprocket is in. Went in the top, dropped it down, bosh. Roughly gonna get it lined up. Now we're gonna put the, wherever put it, this pulley, and clean it up first before we put that in. All right, got it in. Now, is it, all right, let's have a look. Are we in? I can't see, but I'm gonna check this video back. Fingers crossed we're all in. Now we've got to put tension rod on, but let me just check that has lined up. It's good. Okay, little pulley is in, nipped up, or crank hub, whatever you want to call it. Tension is in, tensioned up, not torqued up, just tensioned up, and idler bolt is on, tight but not torqued. Now to the top. The torque settings, the crankshaft is 20 Newton meters and 180 degrees, fine. Camshaft gear wheel, 2120, so 20 Newton meters, 120 degrees. Timing belt tensioner and idler pulley are both at 20 Newton meters. So let's get tightening. So everything's torqued upstairs. That cover's on, need to clean that. Got the two little lined up 13s out and removed the pin from the all. Gonna take off the remaining cam locks at the top and we're gonna turn it around. I think the thing said turn it around 2 times. We're gonna probably do 3 or 4 times, let's be honest. I wanna make sure that we're all good. All cam locks are off. We've still got our lines up here, but I'm still gonna leave all this off. I'm gonna put the vacuum pump. No, I'm not, I'm gonna turn it over. I was gonna try and speed myself up, but 5 minutes isn't gonna hurt. So let's turn it around 2 times and let's hope we land back where we started. Vacuum pump's on. This, I've just put engine oil in, just poured it all over the belt, just so it doesn't start dry. Make a joke, go for it. And put the rock cover on, get all this built up and then go underneath and finish that off too. All right, battery's on, everything's done, everything's tight. Hope I haven't missed anything. On tight, plug. Everything's looking good. Right, I've already put the brake booster in so I can just start it up and lean through the door because I can't actually open the door thanks to this bit of my ramp. Yeah. Ignition. Oh, didn't even give it a second there to actually get panicky. I'm sure that was there when I turned the car off last time, but I'm gonna go and plug it in. But for now, she's a running. She is running. Everything's looking good. We're not looking like we've got any leaks. I can hear a hiss. Oh, that's the fuel pressure, that's all. Okay, so far so good. Brilliant. We'll turn it off and check the oil and put the covers on and get it on the floor. Okay, we're all back together. We are plugged in and we are just going to find out why. Well, that light is on the dash. We also had a handbrake fault a minute ago, which is just always so much fun. But let's see why we have the engine management light on. Oh, oxygen sensor. Permanent fault. I'm going to go and check that. I'll plug that in. Who's a silly sausage? So, silly sausage awards goes to me for not plugging in the oxygen sensor. So, I'm a silly sausage. Honestly, at times I do question myself. The hilarious thing is I started removing some bits and then did the opening video because I forgot that I was going to record it. So the engine management light come on earlier because I'd already disconnected that and then did the service light reset at the beginning of the video. But being an idiot, I forgot to connect it now, so winning. All right, I'm gonna stop being an idiot and make sure everything is definitely plugged in this time. Road test time. And you're gonna love the next car that I've got coming in. Okay, successful test drive, everything is all good. So, I'm gonna get out of this Peugeot 3008, 5008, and into that Peugeot, which has also got an oil leak. Yay. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. That is how you do a wet belt and clean the strainer out on this Peugeot PSA PureTech, whatever the hell junk engine it is. Good fun though. So, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, done.